Hey and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. Watch me as I put the foundation on and demo this out for you so that you can see how this applies with the beauty blender on one side and with the foundation brush on the other side, my Kabuki Sigma F80, and let's get into it. All right, this is a video that I shot today when I was at Sephora. This is the makeup counter for the Rare Beauty. And as you can see, the lip is 20 bucks. It said the lip souffle. The eye gel is right there. And then you have some lipsticks, dewy lip. That's her brush. And I know that her foundation is $29 a bottle. And the blush that I bought was 20 bucks. And the primer was, I actually got the mini, and the primer was $15. And here is some, what you're seeing right there is the highlighter. It's a luminizer. That's her blush. And right there is the primers and setting spray. And that's a touch-up kit. All right, now that you've got to see what Rare Beauty looks like at the counter at Sephora, now I'm going to show you a demo with a clean face. I don't have any makeup on. The only thing I have on is a moisturizer and mascara and eyeliner. I do need to touch up a little bit on my eyebrows, but I'll do that later. But first, let's get into this. So I got the three things. I have the primer. It says Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. Weightless Universal Gel Primer enriched with ultra-fine pearls for a lit from within glow. So we have that. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. And then this is actually the mini, FYI, 15 bucks. Then I got the liquid foundation. It's called Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation in color 190W. I needed the warm tone, warm or cool, depending on which one was my best color match. And I have a little tidbit tip for you about the color matching situation in Sephora right now as we speak because of COVID. Because they can't swatch you due to sanitary reasons, Skin IQ does not have the Rare Beauty in their system right now. So Selena, if you're watching this, tell your people to get with those reps because they need to get that situation going. Something's not right with it. The Skin IQ is not reading this, so it's not giving a perfect match. And they need to get that ball rolling. So this was just a guesstimation on what my actual foundation color was. Hopefully this works out. Hopefully this is my color. But this is the 190W in warm. And I also got the Soft Pinch Dewy Liquid Blush, which I'm super excited to try. So I got it in the color Happy. The reason why I chose Happy is because I love bright pink things. I'm obsessed with hot pink, so this is hot pink. I know this is kind of scary looking, especially being that I have a lot of red tones in my face, and I'm trying to stay away from red tones, but I love hot pink, and blush is, on me, I feel like has to be more pinky than peachy or mauvey, so I'm going to go with this one. And so let's get started with the primer. And this is what it looks like. Rare Beauty. And it's pretty simple. This is a plastic container. And it just says the thing on the bottom. And it's a pump dispenser. All right, so, oh, it's pearly. It's like very, like an iridescent pearly color. And I'm breaking out all over right here from a mask I was wearing while I was at the mall. So, of course, I'm going to have all kind of texture on my face while I'm doing this video, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. I'm going to add just a little bit more to go on my forehead. Now, I do want to tell you something that the Sephora rep told me. She did mention that the reps for Rare Beauty mentioned that they like to do the dot system for applying this foundation, and this foundation should not be applied with a beauty blender. It should be applied with a brush. That's what they said was best for this specific formula. And so it did shake, it said shake well before using. It did say that, directions. Shake well before using. That's what it said. So we're going to shake well, and this is what it looks like. This is the foundation, and like I said, it's in color 190. Might be too bright. Okay. Anyway. And this looks like a very liquidy, I'm going to just take a little bit off of the, this is the applicator, by the way. They said that they like to use the dot system. So I'm going to go in and just dot ever so. I'm going to just do small dots for now. And I'm going to do the brush. Going to use my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80. And let's see how this works. This Kabuki brush is losing its hairs constantly. See, told you. By the way, she does have a brush that is recommended to use with her foundation. I didn't purchase it this time, but maybe I'll look into it after. It does look very glowy, dewy kind of finish. So let's continue on with a little bit more. And this is supposed to be clean beauty. It does say cruelty-free, animal and vegan. So it's animal cruelty-free. So far, this is probably like a medium coverage, what I'm doing right now. And the Sephora attendant did say that it is buildable. So we could keep going with some thicker dots if I wanted to make it a little bit more full coverage. But I'm going to go with medium coverage for now just to see what it looks like. I don't know if you're seeing this. but it is very beautiful. It's a very beautiful finish. And I'm going to dot on my head a little bit. And I also want to mention that I wanted to try the Beauty Blender just on my forehead just to see how it compares to the application for the brush as opposed to the Beauty Blender. I know that the Sephora attendant did say that the Beauty Blender would not be ideal to apply this foundation with, but I wanted to see for myself how it applied with a Beauty Blender, because I do know that there are a lot of people out there who that's all they use is the Beauty Blender to apply everything, whether it be foundation, blush, bronzer. They pretty much use everything to put and apply all of their makeup with. So I wanted to just test it out to see how it applies with a Beauty Blender. And so now I'm gonna see how this looks. Oops, sorry. I turned off the All right, so let's see. It looks very pretty. It looks like a very pretty finish. Very natural finish. Okay, so I want to go in and put in the finishing powder. I'm using the e.l.f. HD powder just to set it. And what I'll do is I'll go outside with the camera just so you can see what it looks like outdoors in natural light instead of using my ring light and LED lights, if you can't tell what this looks like. And also I'll be using her blush in a second just to show you what that looks like as well, the demo for the blush. And that is a liquid blush, by the way, but right now I'm just setting. Okay. I have to flip my hair, people. I have to. Okay. So next, I want to be going in with my bronzer. I did not buy her bronzer, but I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I'm going to apply the blush right after the bronzer. So if you want to skip over this part, it's going to just be a few seconds. All right. Next is the blush. This is the color Happy, and let's see what it looks like. So pink. Okay, I'm gonna just take a little bit off because I don't want it to be like I poured lipstick on my cheek, but I'm kind of scared. All right, where's my blush brush? All right. So she wants to do the dot system, so I'm gonna do the dot system. Oh my God. I'm scared. All right, let's start with that. mean, it's very, very pretty. I love hot pink. I don't know if I want it for my cheeks, but it's so pretty. Okay, and let's do the other side. I'm gonna just use the rest of what I have on the wand just to dot, and that should be plenty. Let's try that out. Ooh, that kind of looks like a little bit more than this side. I'm gonna use my beauty blender to kind of shear it out. Okay, let me see. It looks really pretty. It looks very natural. All right, this is just a quick outside view. It looks so natural and pretty. Maybe I should have did this tutorial outside. Okay, so my final thoughts on the blush is that it's super pink, but it seems like a little bit can go a long way. So don't be afraid to, like I said, just take all the residue off of there and just use what's on the little applicator. I think that would be plenty. Trust me, I just did it and I had to shear this out a little bit. And as far as the foundation, it's a very beautiful finish, but there's a kicker to it. I'm about to tell you something that I didn't tell you in the beginning. I wanted to save it for now to see if that was all the difference in the world, and it is. I applied this foundation without the primer. I did this whole video and I absolutely hated the finish. I thought it was terrible. Then I went back to Sephora and I was thinking maybe, just maybe, I needed to have the primer. And the primer makes all of the difference in the world. I can't even express to you how important the primer is. If I didn't see it for myself, if I didn't see it on my face and I saw it before and I saw it after, then I wouldn't have believed you. But the primer is everything. The application before without the primer, it settled in all of my pores and my fine lines that I have. All of the foundation just settled in the crease here, in the crease here, the little creases I have under here, all of my pores in my cheek area, it's settled all in there. Now that I have the primer on, the foundation is just so beautiful. Just the finish just looks so natural and so pretty. It does not look like that at how it did before. So I have to stress to you how important the primer is. I'm telling you, if you buy this foundation and you apply it, you're going to see not the result that it really truly is. You're going to see a result that you don't want once you use this primer. And I should have used another primer on one side of my face and this primer on the other side of my face so that I can explain to you and show you in person or on video, really, the difference. But I'm telling you, if I wouldn't have saw it with my own eyes, I would have never thought that is that important to have the primer with this foundation. Some of the foundations out there, some lines, they try and make you think that you have to buy their primer to go with their foundation, and it's not always the case. This is the case. You need her primer to go with her foundation. It's not the same finish. You're not going to get the same glowy, dewy look. It's not going to be at all what you think until you use the primer with the foundation. Now, the blush by itself, it is a beautiful finish. I'm going to swatch it on my hand so you could see it by itself. but I'm going to, just with the Beauty Blender. It's so shimmery. Not shimmery, it's dewy. I don't know if you can see that quite well. It's so pretty. It's very beautiful. You did an amazing job, Selena. Just saying. You just got to check on that Skin IQ to get the ball rolling on that, because since, if you didn't know this, Sephora is not giving out samples at the moment. I was like, I can't get a sample of the primer. She was like, no, we're not doing samples. I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to have to buy the primer. She was like, yes. I was like, oh, okay. So I bought the primer. So now that they're not doing any samples, you're going to have to purchase these items. So that's why I'm saying the Skin IQ is a must that needs to be fixed. I don't know what's going on with the Rare Beauty situation where it's not in Skin IQ, but if more than likely, if you're going to Sephora and you've bought foundations from there before and you know your color, Skin IQ is crucial. You need to get that fixed. Okay, so everything that I have reviewed here, I love, and I think it's amazing. It's a very beautiful finish, and this is an honest review. I'm not getting paid to say this. I bought all this stuff with my own money, and go get it because it's selling out like hotcakes. So I'm glad to see that you came back to my channel. So please like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.